What's up everybody, it's William and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the future of gaming. By 2025, the gaming landscape is going to look radically different. And at the heart of this shift is a global battle brewing: smart TVs versus consoles. We're talking about convenience versus raw power, affordability versus established ecosystems. This battle has implications for millions of gamers around the world, and it's playing out differently in every corner of the globe. From the rise of cloud gaming on budget-friendly smart TVs to the cultural factors keeping consoles relevant, we're breaking down the trends shaping the future of gaming. So grab your controllers, settle in, and let's unpack this evolving landscape. Will smart TVs dominate the living room, or will consoles hold their ground? Let's find out.
All right, first up, we're heading over to India, a country that's quickly becoming a gaming powerhouse. Mobile gaming is massive there. But here's the thing, smart TVs are quietly starting a revolution. Imagine this, you can pick up a smart TV in India for crazy cheap, like we're talking $50 for a decent sized screen. That's cheaper than some console controllers, right? So what's happening is that for millions of people in India, these ultra affordable smart TVs are becoming their gateway to gaming. They come preloaded with game streaming services or even basic games, and suddenly, gaming becomes accessible to a whole new demographic. We're not talking about hardcore gamers with top-of-the-line rigs here. We're talking about families, casual players, people who never thought they'd be into gaming. This shift is being driven by a few key things. First off, the price, obviously. When a smart TV is practically the same price as a fancy dinner, it's a no-brainer for a lot of families. Second, internet infrastructure in India is rapidly improving, making streaming games on these TVs a viable option. And lastly, there's a growing library of games specifically designed for these platforms, from casual party games to more immersive experiences. This isn't just about India though. This trend of affordable smart TVs disrupting the gaming scene is something we're seeing in other emerging markets as well. Think Southeast Asia, parts of Latin America, even some regions in Africa. These regions are mobile first, they're price sensitive, and they're hungry for entertainment. Smart TVs check all those boxes. Now, you might be thinking, okay, but these aren't your high-end gaming experiences. And you'd be right. The graphics might not be as mind-blowing, the gameplay might not be as complex, but that's not really the point. The point is that smart TVs are breaking down barriers to entry. They're making gaming more inclusive, more accessible, and that's a huge deal. It's a fascinating case study in how technology and affordability can reshape an entire industry.
Alright, so we've seen how smart TVs are shaking things up in emerging markets, but now let's jump over to Japan, a country with a deep-rooted console gaming culture. And I'm not just talking about a casual love for consoles, we're talking next-level dedication here. Japan is the birthplace of iconic gaming franchises like Super Mario, Pokemon, Final Fantasy. These games are practically woven into the cultural fabric of the country. Now you might think that with the rise of streaming and cloud gaming, even Japan would be susceptible to the allure of smart TVs. But here's the thing, it's not just about the technology, it's about the culture, the ritual, the experience. See, in Japan, gaming is often seen as a communal activity. Friends gather in each other's homes, huddled around a TV, controllers in hand, battling it out in their favorite games. There's a certain charm to that experience, a sense of nostalgia that's hard to replicate with cloud gaming. Think about it, blowing into a cartridge to get it to work, the tactile feedback of a physical controller, the joy of owning a physical copy of a game. These are all part of the console gaming experience that resonates deeply with Japanese gamers, especially those who grew up during the golden age of Japanese gaming. And it's not just about nostalgia either. Japan has incredibly fast and reliable internet speeds, some of the best in the world. So you might think cloud gaming would be a no-brainer, right? But here's the catch. Japanese gamers value low latency, like really low latency. And even with super fast internet, cloud gaming can't quite match the responsiveness of a dedicated console. Then there's the issue of game ownership. Japanese gamers like to own their games, to have a physical collection they can display and cherish. Cloud gaming, by its very nature, is ephemeral. You're essentially renting access to a game, and that doesn't sit well with a lot of Japanese gamers. But it's not just cultural factors at play here. The Japanese game development scene is heavily invested in console gaming.
All right, let's shift gears and talk about Africa, a continent with a rapidly growing gaming scene. Now, when you think of gaming in Africa, you might immediately think of mobile gaming, and you wouldn't be wrong. Mobile gaming is absolutely huge there. But here's the interesting thing. Africa is also a place where the lines between mobile gaming, cloud gaming, and console gaming are starting to blur. See, Africa is a mobile-first continent. Smartphones are often the primary way people access the internet, and that's had a huge impact on the gaming landscape. But here's where it gets really interesting. 5G is rolling out in parts of Africa faster than in some developed countries. And you know what that means? Super fast internet speeds, low latency, the perfect conditions for cloud gaming to thrive. So we're starting to see this interesting dynamic play out. On the one hand, you have console gaming, which is still popular, but it faces challenges like affordability and availability. Consoles and games can be expensive, especially in regions with different economic realities. Then you have mobile gaming, which is massive, accessible, and deeply ingrained in the culture. And now, 5G is throwing another wrench into the mix. With 5G, suddenly, you can stream console-quality games directly to your phone, no expensive hardware required. This is a game changer, especially in regions where owning a console is simply not feasible for many people. We're already seeing companies popping up that offer cloud gaming services specifically designed for the African market, with games tailored to local tastes and languages. But it's not just about affordability, it's also about accessibility. Think about rural areas, places where internet infrastructure might not be as developed. With 5G and cloud gaming, all you need is a decent mobile signal and you can access a whole world of gaming. You're no longer limited by geography or expensive hardware. Now, this isn't to say that consoles are going to disappear in Africa. There will always be a market for dedicated gaming hardware, especially among hardcore gamers. But for a vast majority of people, the future of gaming in Africa is going to be mobile first, powered by 5G and cloud gaming.
All right, so we've talked about emerging markets, we've talked about Japan, we've talked about Africa. Now let's head over to the United States, a country that's always been at the forefront of gaming. And for a long time, the US was synonymous with console gaming. But in recent years, we've seen some interesting shifts in the gaming landscape. On the one hand, the US has a huge PC gaming community, and PC gaming has been going strong for decades. Then you have the rise of mobile gaming, which, let's be honest, has taken the world by storm, including the US. And of course, there's the emergence of cloud gaming, which is slowly but surely gaining traction. So with all these different ways to play games, you might think that console gaming in the US would be on the decline, right? But here's the thing. Consoles are experiencing a bit of a resurgence, and it's being fueled by a few key factors. First off, nostalgia is a powerful thing. A lot of gamers in the US grew up playing consoles, and there's a certain fondness for that experience. The feel of a controller in your hand, the ritual of gathering with friends for a gaming session, these are all things that hold a special place in the hearts of many American gamers. Second, console makers have been stepping up their game, literally. We're talking about more powerful consoles, stunning graphics, immersive gaming experiences that rival and in some cases even surpass what's possible on PCs. And let's not forget about exclusive titles. Console makers know that to compete, they need to offer gamers something they can't get anywhere else. But it's not just about hardware and exclusives, it's also about the ecosystem. Consoles have built-in communities, social features, and online services that are specifically designed for gamers. And let's be real, sometimes you just want to kick back on the couch and play a game on a big screen, and consoles offer that seamless living room experience. Now, this isn't to say that smart TVs aren't a factor in the US. They are. A lot of people use smart TVs for casual gaming, streaming games from their PCs or consoles, or even playing basic games directly on the TV. But when it comes to serious gaming, consoles still reign supreme in the US. And here's the thing. The US market is big enough to support multiple gaming ecosystems. You have hardcore PC gamers, mobile gaming enthusiasts, cloud gaming early adopters, and console loyalists.
So there you have it, a glimpse into the global battle between smart TVs and consoles as we head towards 2025. It's clear that there's no one-size-fits-all answer. The future of gaming is going to be shaped by a complex interplay of technological advancements, cultural factors, economic realities, and the evolving preferences of gamers worldwide. One thing's for sure, the gaming landscape is more diverse and dynamic than ever before.